Hi everyone, and welcome to the latest in the series of Grow Your Charity Online webinars. Today's focus will be on AdWords bid management. My name's David Byrne. I work as an industry manager in the retail team in the London office, and today I'll be taking you through 4 key points when it comes to AdWords bid management. The 4 key points that we'll be looking at today are going to be, firstly, the AdWords auction itself, secondly, determining how to bid, third, choosing your bid, and finally, optimizing your bid. So let's begin. So how does the AdWords auction work? Well, it's very simple. It first begins with the actual search itself. So when somebody types in a search, let's just say pizza delivery, the AdWords system finds all ads whose keywords match the phrase pizza delivery close enough. This is the relevancy factor. Then the ads are whittled down even further. So it's looking at things like if the ad is targeted correctly, if the landing page is correct, and whether the query itself is relevant to what the person is offering. All of this together brings in the quality score. Subsequently, the ads are actually ordered. So the remaining ads that are shown are ordered based on a combination of the actual bid and the quality. So the bid is only one aspect of what is happening with the auction itself. So hopefully the two of these combined will make the ads actually appear. So let's look at an example of this. So if we look at this example here, this shows us advertiser 1 is bidding $2, but it has a very high quality score of 10. Advertiser 2 is bidding $4, but only a quality score of 4. And if we look on through, each advertiser is bidding more than the last, but the quality score diminishes. At the end of the day, the quality score is multiplied out with the actual bid itself, and then the total score determines who's going to win that auction. In this example, although advertiser 1 has the lowest CPC bid, because it has the highest quality score, its overall score is then highest overall. As a result of this, advertiser 1 wins the auction itself. So moving on from this, you're probably wondering how to actually then bid. So the next topic that we're going to focus on is determining how to bid. So there's 3 bidding options in AdWords. The first one, the CPC bidding. So with CPC bidding, you're focusing on clicks. If you're focusing on gaining traffic to your website, there are actually CPC bidding would probably be the best solution. There are 2 CPC bidding options that are available and that you should consider. Automatic CPC bidding, which is the simplest and most commonly used bidding option. All you have to do is set a daily budget in the AdWords system, and then the AdWords system automatically manages your bids for you to bring in the most clicks possible within your budget. Then there's manual CPC bidding, which is the default option to let you manage your maximum CPC bids yourself. You can set different bids for each ad group in your campaign or for individual keywords or placements. If you found that certain keywords or placements are more profitable, you can use manual bidding to allocate more of your advertising budget to those keywords or placements. Next up is cost per impression bidding, or CPM. This is manual bidding for impressions, and this lets you control the visibility of your ads by fine-tuning your maximum cost per 1,000 impressions. So with CPM, this actually focuses more on display activity rather than search activity. And these are for ads that are designed to increase awareness and not necessarily generate clicks or traffic to the site. So if you prefer traditional metrics of how many people have viewed my ad, this is possibly the best solution for you then. If you're targeting particular placements within the Google Display Network, this is the option that's available to you. So if you're focused on actually getting a direct return, and if you're predominantly focusing on the search network, then cost per impression isn't the metric that you should be going for. I'll move on to cost per acquisition now. So CPA bidding is an advanced option that lets you bid directly for conversions. Firstly, though, your campaign must meet a few requirements in order to be eligible to use CPA bidding. So firstly, you need to have conversion tracking enabled. Secondly, your campaign has had to have received at least 15 conversions in the last 30 days. The AdWords system requires the conversion history in order to accurately predict future conversions and what your future conversion rate would be. Thirdly, your campaign has been receiving conversions at a similar rate for at least a few days. If it fluctuates too much, the AdWords system won't be able to accurately predict a future conversion rate. Finally, your campaign targets either the search network, the display network, or both. We also recommend several different characteristics. One being that your campaign has been using AdWords conversion tracking for at least 2 weeks. The AdWords system relies on historical conversion data, so the longer conversion tracking has been running, the more data the system has and the better the job it can do at optimizing your return on investment. If your campaign receives low traffic, we suggest running conversion tracking even longer before trying CPA bidding. The next thing is that your campaign is very direct response focused. For example, the campaign focuses on generating signups or sales on an e-commerce website. The third thing is that your campaign has a single well-defined conversion type, like a completed purchase or sign-up. If you have a mixture of the two, or if you have several different types of conversion metrics, whether they be calls, sales online, a lead generation by somebody adding in an email address, it won't be able to accurately predict what the actual conversion rate is and what the best return is for you. Finally, that your campaign has a relatively stable conversion rate with no major changes, such as redefining the conversion event, similar to changing it from a lead generation to an actual e-commerce sale, or moving the conversion tracking code to a different page. So while we say that there are no major changes, as long as there's been no major changes in the last 2 weeks, you can still potentially run CPA bidding. So after looking at this, it's a matter of then actually choosing which of these bidding options works best for you. So if you go into the AdWords interface, if you click on the campaign and then on the settings tab, you're presented with a bidding and budget settings. You will be able to edit the bidding settings here and be able to determine which of these bidding strategies you want to go for. Once you click Save, these will then be in operation. Next up is how to actually set CPC bidding. So CPC bidding, as we said, is probably one of the more common ones. So this just kind of shows you how you can actually do it. So if you wanted to set your CPCs at a ad group level, this screenshot shows you how you can do it. With ad group CPCs, you set the same CPC for all keywords in a particular ad group. If you choose a £1 CPC, that's going to be the max CPC that you're going to have for all keywords in that ad group. The same applies for placements as well. If you're running placement targeting on the display network, if you put in a bid at an ad group level, it's going to be that bid for all of the placements. This is probably the easiest way to manage your CPC bids. The next is at keyword level. So at a keyword level, you are able to set a separate max CPC for each individual keyword within an ad group. So for instance, if you know that people that search for a particular keyword tend to buy more than off other keywords in that ad group, you might want to bid a little bit more for that keyword. Now looking at CPM bidding. So as I said, this is more to do with if you want people to actually view your ad and if you're running display activity. Unfortunately, this isn't at a keyword level, so you would have to put this bid in at the ad group level or the placement level. While this is only for the display network, I would suggest as well that you can still run CPC bidding across the display network if you're focused more towards e-commerce tracking. Moving on to how to set your CPA bids, you can set your CPA bidding up by setting up conversion tracking initially, and then finally setting up conversion optimizer for your campaigns. So when you're setting up conversion optimizer, you choose between two different types of CPA bidding. So the first is the target CPA bidding. So this is the average amount that you would like to pay for conversion. So some of the actual CPA bids may be a little bit above of this target, some will be a little bit below it, but overall, the cost per conversion will average out to your target CPA. Maximum CPA, which is the second option, is the most that you're willing to pay for conversion. So when you use Conversion Optimizer, the system will make the most of your bids within that CPA target, and it will try never to go beyond that level. We recommend using CPA bidding because it's easier to track your average conversion costs, and also it allows the system to automatically update your bidding to get you the best result. So if you want to do this, when you log into the AdWords account, if you go to the Campaigns tab, click on the Ad Group tab, and find the ad group that contains max CPA or CPC, target CPA bid you want to edit. Place your cursor over the arrows, and a pencil icon will appear. Click the max or target CPA bid you want to edit and edit it from here. Again, you will need to have conversion tracking running for at least 2 weeks, and you will need to turn on Conversion Optimizer. So the next thing I'm going to go on to is how you actually choose your bids. It's all well and good saying, oh, I want to run CPC bidding, I want to run CPM bidding, or I want to run CPA bidding, but how then do you actually determine what is the right amount for you to bid? So one of the tools that you can use is Bid Simulator. Just to give you a brief overview of what Bid Simulator is, the Bid Simulator will allow you to estimate the costs, clicks, and impressions your ad would receive over the last 7 days if you had used a different maximum CPC bid for your keyword or ad group. The Campaign Bid Simulator, which is a different level of the Bid Simulator, will allow you to model this and apply bid changes across your account at the campaign level. And you can find this in the Opportunities tab. If your campaign has a limited by budget status, which means that actually you have budget caps within your campaigns, you'll get budget ideas rather than bid ideas. So suppose you have a maximum of a CPC bid of £1 for your keyword, but you're interested in seeing what results you could get with a bid of £1.50 or 75p. The Bid Simulator will show you the clicks, costs, and impressions you would see with these other bids. Similarly, the Campaign Bid Simulator could show you the clicks, costs, and impressions that you would see by setting a campaign-wide bid of £1.50 or 75p, and then if you want to then estimate And then if you want to actually run this activity, you will actually then go to your ad group or keyword tab, and you will see a little stylus icon which you can hover over. And when you hover over it, this will appear as it shows here. A pop-up window which shows the actual bid simulator and shows you the time frame, the current CPC bid, the simulated auction for the last 7 days, and a graph and table to show you the clicks and impressions. Moving on, the next tool that you can use to estimate your bids and to actually choose your bids is the estimated first page bid. Now what this does is this approximates the CPC bid needed for your ad to reach the first page of Google search results when a query matches your keyword. So this estimate is based on the quality score and the current advertiser competition for the keyword. So you can find your estimated top of page bid by clicking on the keyword tab, selecting columns, then clicking customize columns, and then you'll be able to add the attributes first page bid. There's also the option of top of page bid, which means what the bid would be, what would the bid needed to actually appear in the top 3 positions in the ads. These estimates can help you make better bidding decisions if you want a bit more visibility into your ads, or if you know that your performance works better in top positions. On average, ads that appear on the first page or above the search results tend to get substantially more clicks than ads that appear on other search results or along the search results page, especially on mobile. If your first page bid estimate is very high, it may mean that your keyword quality score is low. So you'll be able to click a little bubble icon next to the keyword itself to get an idea of what the keyword's quality score currently is, and also ideas on how to optimize that keyword. I must emphasize before we move on that the first page bid estimate is a guide, and it's meant to give you a greater insight with which to plan your bidding strategy. But meeting your first page bid estimates doesn't guarantee that you will appear on the first page. Ad position is still dependent on quality score, the bid, the budget, the account settings, and the user and advertiser behavior all working together. Automatic bidding, which I kind of mentioned previously with automatic CPC bidding, is ideal for advertisers who don't want to spend a lot of time setting bids, but you still want to get the most clicks possible for the ads within the budget that you've set yourself. If at any time you don't like the big suggestions, you can easily switch back to using manual bidding, which gives you full control over the bids. As shown previously, you can do this within the settings tab and then just editing what kind of bidding strategy you would like to run. Moving on to other optimization tips. Enhanced CPC. Enhanced CPC is one of the newer features when it comes to actually managing and optimizing your overall bidding strategy. So what happens with Enhanced CPC is that this will increase or decrease your bids depending on how likely it feels that you are going to get a sale or a conversion on your website for a query at that time. So it will look for ad auctions that are more likely to increase the sales for you, and then raises the max CPC. I believe it's up to a 30% increase in the max CPC to compete harder for these clicks. And when it sees these auctions that don't look promising, it will lower your bids. That way you can get more sales and more conversions for the ad pounds you spend. The AdWords system looks for patterns of clicks and conversions and compares them to your past results. If certain search or keywords combinations lead to more sales, for instance, it will know. That's why to use eCPC, you have to have conversion tracking turned on, because that's where the data comes from. Bid adjustments is another aspect to take into consideration. Sometimes a click is worth more if you want it to come from a mobile device at a certain time of day or at a specific location, as you can see from the example here. By setting bid adjustments in your enhanced campaigns, you can increase or decrease your bids to gain more control over when and where your ad is shown. So to actually set bid adjustments for locations, ad schedules, and devices for your campaign or ad group setting, for your campaign or ad group, you go into the settings tab. Location, set a bid adjustment for specific postcodes, cities, or other geographic areas. Ad scheduling, increase or decrease bids depending on specific times or day. Devices, bid more or less competitively for searches which occur on mobile devices. So that's a very basic overview of bid management for the AdWords interface. If you want to learn more about budgeting and ad copy, I recommend these two webinars that are available on the Google Plus page and on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much for your time.